Okay, welcome to part 2 of me showing off all the games I made in college. These are the post-pandemic games, which are better, not really because of the pandemic, just because I've gotten older. Or maybe because of the pandemic, I don't know. Horrific diseases make you good at making platformers, I guess. This is Astronaut Alone. I made it in the spring of 2020. Uh, it's a 2D platformer. Actually, this isn't the 2020 build. And this is the second time I'm recording this because I went back and I played through it for this recording, and then I decided, this game sucks. I can make it better. So I spent some time making it better and re-released it. This is the current 2020 build, which, and I'll explain what I had to go back and fix after I replayed it and realized, hey, I care about this game enough to make it right, and enough stalling. Let's just get into it. Let's start. Astronaut going through space. Ship gets hit by an asteroid. Ooh, a letter. A letter. What does it say? My ship was struck by an asteroid. Hey, I said that. I survived, thankfully, but the damage to the ship is irreparable. The contents of the cargo hold are currently spread across the emptiness of space, as are the letters I've been writing. And this is from day 24. These letters are all out of order. A distress beacon went off as soon as my ship was hit. If there are any other ships in the area, they'll find me. If not, I'll deal with that when I deal with that. For now, all I can do is wait. I think I'll search for the missing letters. It'll give me something to focus on so I don't lose my mind. Okay. Now on to the next levels, and I'll kind of demonstrate that. I don't know how well it comes across in video, but the controls in this are very floaty. Like, your momentum keeps, and like, you aren't really jumping, you're using the jetpack. I really do like how the feel of the movement in this game turned out. And this is from the start of the story. As I write this, I'm sitting in the cockpit of my ship, mere minutes away from takeoff. The 4-month mission through the black reaches of the charted galaxy will be one of absolute isolation. My ship traveling too fast to receive radio transmissions from Earth. I've packed more than enough games, books, and films to keep my mind from going, but I fear the isolation will be the death of me. I have decided to write a letter every day and give each of them to you when I return home. Until then, the memories we have shared will keep me sane. Yeah. So the thing that I went back and I fixed is, I have to. My suit came with a nifty jetpack. It doesn't hold a lot of fuel, but it's enough to get me back to the ship if I ever lose my grip. Swapping out tanks is easy, so I usually strap a couple of refill tanks to my belt every time I go out. Oh, and it describes the mechanics as the purpose of the letters and also the story and getting off this lonely field, which I'll talk about. So I went back and what I changed is, see this really nice background? Yeah, it was one that I drew that was shitty, and every time I looked at the game, I felt embarrassed. Also, some of the levels were kind of too hard because they didn't give you enough feel. That's what I fixed. I did an inspection of the ship's inventory this morning to pass the time. A majority of my cargo is comprised of molecularly engineered nanosteel girders. In addition to being incredibly strong, the extraterrestrial metal these girders were forged from has an astounding, unique quality. When it's heated to temperatures higher than -200 degrees Celsius, it locks in place, unable to be moved by any force, including gravity. Yeah, that is in-universe justification for these floating platforms. My ship is only able to keep the girders from locking in place and tearing the ship apart by virtue of the liquid nitrogen tanks that the girders are stored in. Liquid nitrogen is more than cool enough to keep me safe. Earlier today, I spilled some nitrogen onto the floor of the ship and it slipped. It reminded me of that time we went to Curly Joe's. And hey, now there's gonna be ice introduced. Wee. Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah. Do you remember our first date? Oh, shit. Hold on. Like, that is a mechanic. Like, if you fall to your death after you get the letter, you still die. There. Do you remember our first date? I told you I took you to Curly Joe's roller rink, a crappy old establishment with wooden floors warped so badly by time that they resembled the Himalayas. I skated off to get some drinks for us and tripped onto my back, dousing an old woman in flat soda. I was so embarrassed. Then again, you said yes to a second date, so I guess it wasn't that bad. So the idea behind this game, what I was going for, it started out as, okay, I want to make a platformer. What's something kind of different, something unique? Well, platformer, you can jump mid-air indefinitely. There's a port window on the side of my ship. I spend most of my time just staring out. It's so beautiful out there. It's not like Earth, where light pollution from the megacities hides the stars. Out here, you can see everything. You can see a painted sky dotted with infinity, twinkling with every color imaginable, a perfect sight never seen by another pair of eyes. I wish you could see that for yourself. So yeah, I wanted to make a platformer with these mechanics, and more than that, I want to instill this lonely feeling, and I feel like just the endless star background and the music and the writing just make this game feel alone. You're an astronaut and you're alone, and that's horrifying. The ship is carrying some odd chemicals mined from deep space moons. One of them is green and bounces back any object that comes in contact with it. Part of me wants to pour some of it onto the floor of my ship and turn it into a giant trampoline. Apparently it's painted on the exterior of ships to protect them from debris. Yeah, introduction of Bouncy Gel. I like Portal, in case you were going to ask. The ship got damaged a bit by debris yesterday. I don't know how. The company told me the ship was completely covered in that green goo that protects from this type of thing. However, the damage was small and I was able to fix it. So I wanted to give this lonely atmosphere. Actually, it's a thing that people say about Super Mario Galaxy that I could talk about for a while. I was given a high-tech spacesuit, and I'm just cutting myself off because of these letters. I was given a high-tech spacesuit to use to fix the damage to the exterior of the ship. The thing is amazing, absolute top of the line. It protects me from heat, from cold, from injury. It even has an oxygen recycler, so I don't have to worry about running out of air. If I wanted to, I could stay out in the vacuum of space for days. Of course, I would eventually die from thirst. So like Super Mario Galaxy, the thing that people say about that's accurate, I think this is an accurate statement, is that the game feels lonely and alone, like you're in space and it's beautiful, but it's just you, that lonely atmosphere. And Galaxy 2 doesn't have that, which, like, it's a better game, but that kind of makes it worse, and I wanted to emulate that. I want to get across that feeling, and that is what this game is, and I think it turned out really well as I'm just bouncing. My route takes me by a supermassive black hole. The black hole's gravity is so massive it actually bends space around it, allowing the ship to have its travel time. I'll be staying far enough away to stay safe, but still scary. I'm close enough to the black hole now that I can see it, or more accurately, I can't see it. I can just see the blackness. Yeah, and we keep going through. There's 30 levels in this. Each of them I tried to feel different, like a different mechanic and idea. Nothing can escape from a black hole, not even light. The force of gravity is strong enough to bend time. A moment in a black hole is the same as an eternity outside of it. You'll be trapped, dying until everyone you've ever known is dust. But make no mistake, you will die. The pull on your toes will be so much stronger than the pull on your head that the black hole will stretch your body until it tears you in half. After that, every atom in your body will be crushed in its core until no remnant of you remains. See, that's the key to writing good, hard sci-fi, even though this isn't... It isn't really hard sci-fi. It's... The key to writing sci-fi is space is fucking scary. That's it. Just look up any detail about space, and wow, space is scary. It's like drowning. You know that feeling you have? Like imagine if you were in a submarine at the bottom of the ocean and it was filling with water. Space is like being in that always forever until you die. And I ran out of fuel because I was distracted by talking about how space is fucking terrifying. I really like this game. I would argue is the best thing I've ever made. The best thing I've ever made so far. And it's great. And I'm gonna run it. I've gone through most of my list of things to talk about. So, I don't know. Sorry about the last few letters. I've been feeling a bit depressed. The isolation has really ganged me. It's fine. Back home, I'm normally the optimist. I'm normally the adventurous one that you keep from floating away on harebrained schemes. Things will be better when I'm home. I promise. I'll never be away for this long again. Okay, keep going. The other chemical I'm hauling is this sticky purple stuff. Kind of like glue, but a million times more sticky. It's used to stick metal sheets together. I was given a small tube of it to use for repairs. I accidentally glued my hand to a door and spent 6 hours trying to get it off. And we have the introduction of the glue. The devil's glue. I wonder, how is Pogo doing? He was just a little pup when I last saw him. An adorable little doggy I bought so you wouldn't be alone when I was gone. You know, I bet he won't even recognize me. I hope you recognize me. This game's sad. Like, what the hell, guy who made it? Why'd you make such a sad game? Whoop, whoop. That's a tiny meteor. I remember the day I realized I loved you. It was such a minor thing. We were walking through the park. I was staring up at the stars, and you took my hand. I looked into your eyes and realized I didn't need the stars anymore. I didn't need adventure. I just needed you. Alright, this one. This is the one where it slowly rotates and you want to drop straight down when it goes vertical. Okay, good. And like left and right a little to keep from going off too much. Okay, there. Bit to the right, but I got it. I saved it. I always wanted to see the stars as a kid. That's why I joined the Corps. So I become a pilot. My unit never went further than Mars, but even that was more amazing than anything on Earth. I think I've seen enough stars for a lifetime now. Okay, and this is... Oh, right, this is the slide. Wee, sliding. I moved wrong. You're supposed to, like, slide down and then bounce off that one to the side. Okay. And then... Bit tricky, but I got. The company, those greedy bastards, and this is after the crash, as you can see by that 8.5, didn't mention the damn asteroid field to me. Probably because they knew they would be able to find a pilot dumb enough to fly through an asteroid field orbiting around the event horizon of the black hole. Speaking of the black hole, I have some stellar news. The remnants of my ship are slowly being pulled into the black hole. I don't know how long I have until it's too late for me to escape. Yeah. Alright, this one, the maze. What? Is that a problem with my speakers? The music just cut out. That's weird. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Or maybe it's something I programmed wrong 2 years ago that wouldn't know where to look now. I'm almost halfway to my destination. As soon as I get there and drop off the construction materials for the company's luxury space condos, I'll turn back. We'll be together soon. I can't wait to hear your voice again. Yeah, is this the one where... Okay, yes. Yes, it is this one. There's another one like it, but this one is this one. Just keep following these as you fall. And almost missed it, but nope, I'm gonna land. I know it's hard, me being away for so long, but the company is paying me enough money for this run for us to live happily ever after. With the exception of this beautiful, beautiful space background, all the art assets in this game were made by me. Can you tell that I'm not an artist? The company only put one crew member on the ship to save on costs. I get the ship mostly runs itself and I'm only there to do repairs. So I wish they put someone else on this bucket of bolts so I had anyone to talk to. I can't jump with no fuel, so I can't get it, so I have to drop down and get. Wait, is this? Oh, right. It's the other side that you drop down. There you go. And then you can fly back up. Yeah, that's an interesting level. I haven't had food or water in 3 days now. The air from my suit's oxygen recyclers are getting stale. I'm still going. I've heard stories of people doing impossible things when their lives are on the line, going months without food. I hope I'm one of those people because there isn't a ship set to fly by here for another year. Yeah. I think our astronaut dude might die. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know the ending, even though I wrote the ending and playtested the ending and already recorded a version of this video where I got to the ending. Dang glue. Need to use my fuel to get off. There. A lot of guys I know had problems adjusting to civilian life after they left the Corps, but not me. I think it's because I met you when I did. You were my everything. To me, you were more beautiful than all the stars in the sky. With you, I was okay leaving space behind. Okay, let's just keep flying up and up and up and grabbing some fuel tanks so we don't run out of fuel. You don't ever want to end up in outer space without a jetpack. Back when I was in the Corps, I saw a man lose his grip on a ship while doing repairs and just float away. Spy is probably still out there, drifting endlessly. Don't worry, that won't happen to me. I have a feeling that might happen to you if I'm bad on the next level. Or is it 2 levels? Whatever. Do you remember my brother's wedding? That ceremony was so beautiful. Must have cost a fortune. Luckily, he had deep enough pockets to afford it. I know this isn't very romantic, but not enough people think about money when starting a relationship. I don't know why you chose me. Out of work with only a meager military pension to start a life with. I wish I could have provided for you more. Alright, this one where you use the glue to slow your momentum. So there's a fuel tank that you can get here, halfway through. Slow your momentum, I'm stuck. Because it's glue, and if you get too slow, you will get stuck. Slow your momentum so you can get here. I was an idiot not proposing. I promise I'll do it the minute I get home. I was so worried about having money for a wedding and a house and a life before marrying you. But you know what I've realized lying here in the stars? That doesn't matter. Even if we have nothing, we would have had each other. And that would be enough. Yeah, this one. This is the interesting level. It's the biggest in the game. The levels don't have a name. I call it the marathon. Plenty of fuel, but there's just fuel. Like, I use fuel tanks sometimes. It's a good game design thing, using items to like guide people in the right direction. This is just following the fuel tanks. And if you stray off the path, game over. Or maybe you can find it again, but yeah, game over. Just keep eyes on the fuel tanks and keep going and keep going. Right, and are we at the arrow yet? We are there. We're at the arrow. Just keep going. The arrow says up. And maybe you'll find it. Or maybe you'll drift endlessly in the stars. And poor Pogo will never see you again. Wait, I flew past the letter. There. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Not of dying, of never seeing you again, of never holding you and telling you how much I love you. There's so many things I should have done differently, so many things I should have said. Yeah, you're fine. You're in the last real level. I mean, there's 2 more, but this is the last real one. And I fell off. I'm going under. You're not supposed to go under on this one. Yeah, this one was basically impossible before the patch. And don't get bounced on those, because they throw you in the air and you lose your pass. I'm yelling at myself to do the things that I'm doing. Okay, and climb up here, get over glue, and don't fly too high. Momentum is the devil. Oh, wait. That is the bridge we were supposed to climb on. It's fine. And then there's these. Just follow them down. Got the slide. And first try, wow. Oop. Bounce. And then land on the ladder. I think I actually got a bit to the right. That's fine. I gave up on the letters and threw them away. And I watched as they floated away. I don't know why I cared. It's not like anyone will ever read them. I'm just going to sit here by my ship and wait for death. We are through some impossible chance reading this. I am dead. Find my love, pass on these letters, let my dying words be the following. I always loved you. Should be mentioned, by the way, this is the asteroid field where the ship got wrecked, and we'll find the ship's wreckage. And I wasted fuel like showing you around. Should be noted, in the opening, that was a green dot and a green flag. We aren't playing as the letter writer whose ship got wrecked. Yeah, we're just someone else. Maybe that guy's dead. Less talky, more actually beat the level. Like, don't just hover in place and talk. And dead letter. Or blank letter. Because dead. Or maybe... Yay, we found you. You found me. You found me. The black hole had kept me in stasis long enough for you to come looking for me. You followed the letters, you saved me. I love you. And that's the game. That's Astronaut Alone. It's the best thing I've ever made. I love this game. I'm so proud of it. And there are download links to this and everything else in the description. Okay, and this is Dream Jump. I worked on this with a team in the spring of 2021. It's a 3D platformer. I worked as the head level designer. Getting a feel for the controls, because this is actually kind of a hard game before I get into it. Let's just jump into the tutorial level. This is one of the ones I made.
Oh wow, you're really stressed about finals, aren't you? So stressed that it's bleeding into your dreams. Look at this place. Books, desks, pencils. All you can think about is that big test you have in the morning.
Hey, that was our project lead, Ian Geenan. He's not British. I wrote a lot of these, like, voiceover lines.
A platform. You can jump onto there, you go, spacebar, or you aren't as incompetent as I thought.
Yeah, wrote up some of this dialogue to just do tutorial stuff and kind of give a story. And gonna collect one of those, even though we don't know what it is, and... Whoa. Wait. Yeah, this is a very slippery, kind of imprecise platformer at times. Wait, is it a controller problem? Like I'm doing this on the crappy controller? I don't know. I'll just get through this. Like, is it easier with keyboard and mouse? Oh my god, it's easier with keyboard and mouse, even though we programmed in control. See, this is, you learn stuff. It controls better with keyboard and mouse. Huh. Weird.
Hey, it's a checkpoint. You'll respawn here if you mess up and hurt yourself.
Yeah, so this is the tutorial level classroom. Like, the whole idea behind this game is that you...
wow, a pencil trap. Do be careful to avoid falling onto it. I mean, you won't die, but it'll hurt and you'll probably have to restart it.
The whole idea behind this game is that it's like a nightmare, like you're running through your dreams, and yeah, I'll talk about the player character in a second.
Some of these jumps seem to be pretty tough. Don't worry though, if you're in a pinch, you can hit the spacebar or A button again to do a double jump. You can also use these double jumps to adjust your trajectory in midair.
Yeah. Yay, double jumping. This is probably the dialogue heaviest level. So...
Some of these jumps seem to be pretty tough. Don't worry though. If you're in a pinch, you can
wait,
hit
didn't
the
I already
space
get
bar
that
or A
one?
button again to do a double jump.
Oh, that is
also
a
use these double jumps to
glitch.
adjust your trajectory in midair.
It should have played the coins earlier. Huh. Yeah. There are some bugs in this game at times, I will admit. I don't know.
You've reached the end of this level. Hop onto the bed and head on to Snoozeville.
Hold on. There's 7 of these coins per level, right? I'm missing a few. And they don't do anything, but I'm going to collect them because I went to the effort of hiding them throughout the levels. Like the green coins in Mario. Hold on. Was there one down here? Yeah, I remember. And then there's the one above, and isn't there one down here? Yeah, there's one down here. So this is the tutorial level, and I don't have much to say about, or really much to say. I don't know what to say about this game. It very much speaks for itself.
Is that a sheep? My subconscious voice powers tell me that there are 7 of these hidden in each level. Try to collect them all.
Yeah, I don't have too... I don't know what to say about this game. I made levels for a 3D platformer. I played a lot of 3D World before this, and that is the main design inspiration. Super Mario 3D World. Yeah. And all the props that I was given to, like, assemble into these levels, were school supplies, because, like, the stress streams from finals. And, yes, there are big glitches and controls at points. But that's fine. I do really like how this game turned out looking. Obvious thing excluded, like the cell shaded with black outlines, and just how bright and colorful everything is. And this level looks like a trans flag. That wasn't intentional, but like I did realize before the game came out. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Okay, let's just keep jumping. Right, there's a wall run system, which is a bit buggy at times. It just latched onto a wall there. Yeah. This is, admittedly, a bit of a hard game. We might have made it too hard. Honestly, this part's easy. It's just getting that coin. But I want it. I want the sheep. You don't have much control in the air is the main problem, and I urged to increase that a few times because I was the one who spent the most time playtesting, but that's not to throw shade. Yeah, fuck. You just overshoot everything is the problem. Yeah. Fuck. Part of it's because I haven't played this game in a year, but yeah, I'm not doing good at this. It's just one coin. It is not hard to get. There, thank you. Now I can go to the end and move on to another level. Music's really nice and helps with this kind of cheery, lighthearted game thing. And get to the ballad to end the level. Okay. Let's look at crats, why not? And a decent sized team on this. I guess as I walk to the next level, the character model, I don't know what happened with that. It got messed up and I don't know the details. Like, we had to bring in another guy to try and fix the rigging and just couldn't get it to work. I don't know. That wasn't my department. I was in charge of building levels, and isn't there? No, there isn't one back there. On to level 2. the swamp.
Be careful around that moving sea on the bottom of the levels. It's an ocean of pure nightmares. Trust me, you don't want to fall in it. Nothing ruins a nice dream like a nightmare.
Yeah, got some dialogue. As we go through this one, this is one of the 2 levels that I didn't make. I did a few touch-ups at points. Like, I think I placed the coins in this one, and like I made the second iteration, but like the first, third, and fourth ones, that was Ian. And this one gives a kind of tutorial to you can run on walls. And actually, because I didn't work on this one as much, I don't... Oh, that one was fast. I don't really remember where any of the coins are. Even though I'm the one who placed them. I don't know. And you can tell there are slight incongruities and how things should look ideas between like 2 different people working on the project. We could have coordinated that better. Like, yeah, you can see the parts that ahead that I...
Well, I'm your subconscious. You'd better listen to me, because I know this place far better than you do.
There we go, cheeky, found that. Like, you can see ahead just by the color of the books which part I was more involved in on this level, and which parts I wasn't. Oh. That platform moves really fast, so... Oh, I actually landed on it, and now I'm gonna jump to get these coins. Yay, I got a coin. I'm kinda make it back, or should I just be okay with respawning? I don't know. There's a coin. 7 in each level, I don't know. Oh! Actually, I do know how we ended up with 7. It's because, and it'll become more clear as it goes on, there was double the amount of levels that are currently in the game originally, and what we did, just because that was way too many levels, was piece all of them together and like have just longer levels by taking parts of 2 pre-existing levels. Like you saw in that tutorial, there was very clear first and second half, and most of the levels have that because of just how development went. Yeah. Is there a way up there? No, I'd have to jump off of something. Fast moving paper. Checkpoint. How can I get up there? Would I have to go back for that? I don't know. This is probably going to end up being the longest section, A, because it's the longest game, and B, because I'm bad at it. Let's see. I jump there from here? Why didn't my double jump refresh? That's wrong. Okay. Oh, I just noticed those bubbles. That was a really nice little visual element I like. Just, like the peaks of terrain, which I'm pretty sure I actually made, and then applied the texture I was given to them, like the lava texture, and just the bubble particle effects everywhere. It's great. I really like it. Yeah. Hold on, I'm missing one coin because I can see one up there. And these are like hidden throughout the levels. And I might have to just skip it because I've been on this one long enough. Okay. Awesome. Now, let's see. The desk, that's one that I made. That's one that I made. It's a big desk.
Wow, that is a bit of a climb. Good luck with this one, chump.
Got him hidden in darkness. There it is. Yeah. And just climbing up this big desk as you go through the level. That's what this one was. Isn't there a good coin down here? There is. Hidden in the dark. Yay. See, I remember stuff. camera's a bit wonky in this level, admittedly. Bubbles. Okay, and go up here, it's a constant climb this level. Like, you jump down from above, and then you're gonna climb back up. And, yeah. There were some problems with, like, the black layer on some of the 3D models. I don't know the specifics, but with the character getting stuck in models, and this was bad on this level, although it's mostly
handle on
fixed.
your dreams. If you keep tossing and turning like this, you won't get good night's sleep, and will be so tired you can barely think in the morning. And we can't have that.
Yeah,
Try
okay.
to get to the bed at the end of the level so you can get some rest.
Yep, just talking about the game. Mean, GLaDOS, British, subconscious. Okay, now we're in the second half. Shove. Actually, there's a coin down here, I remember, right? Yay, I remember stuff. I fell at the back of the desk. Honorable suicide. For that. Okay. Okay, jump. And like go over this little pencil bridge. I'm just bad at video games is a lot of the problem. And it's a hard game. But yeah, I suck at things. Okay, and there's a coin down there. And platform back up as we go into the floating chairs half of this. Alright, we got this spinning ruler. Go, 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 go! And you like drop down through the back. Oh, coin. You can like drop down through these holes, right? Yeah. And that brings you to the end of the level. Level 3, the tower. I built this one. This was actually...
The fact that your subconscious is so condescending probably says a lot about how you view yourself.
This is the last level actually made, I'm pretty sure. And it has like a few different routes, which you'll have to show, and does this... Now that is a hard part. Like, the wall jumping is a bit difficult, I'll admit. It was added kind of late into development. Okay. Oop. Yep, just keep climbing. And alright, there's the book spiral. I should show off that route too. Bunch of spiraling books you jump between. Oh, getting shoved into my own character model. Like a bunch of books going at different speeds. Yeah, screw it. I think I'm gonna give up on trying to find all the coins because I don't remember, and this is already going to be very long. Yeah. Sometimes the double jump. Temperamental. Slow and steady. If I want to go fast, I want to be Sonic. I mean, my player character is blue, and like the messed up model, that means that he's being torn apart mentally. Yeah, that's the in-universe justification I've decided right now. I do like the chill music, it's nice. And like just the different color. I like the skies being different colors, which is a minor thing I did that helps the levels feel a bit different. All the same color lava. Purple, because dreams. Wait, no. Oh. I just made it up and then I fell down. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, like, there is some glitches with the wall jumps. Like hooking onto walls and then getting you stuck, and you don't want it. Fuck. Like, I don't have much to say. Like, this level, the idea was, Jesus Christ. The idea was just like climbing up a tower. And it worked. Controls are kind of bad in this game. No, I'm showing on my own work is fine, but I should be nicer with like team projects. Damn it. And part of it goes to my level design, not accounting for how the controls work, but they changed a lot during development. Damn it! Let's decide to get back to a checkpoint. Should I leave this in or should I cut it? I mean, it's an accurate show of the game and some acknowledgement of this game could have been easier and it could have had better controls. Like, the point of this is to, like, analyze my old work. No, I don't. I'm stuck on. Fucking Christ. Oh, I'm not gonna get through this game. Like, final levels. Holy shit, that is difficult. It wasn't playtested very much. Yeah. Damn it. So how's you guys doing? How you doing? Twitch chat? Actually, this is going up on YouTube. Just sit back and enjoy the game, I guess. I don't know. I think the next level's a bit easier than this one, but the last level's real hard, and I will give it the old college try, because it was a thing I worked on in college. All of this has been stuff I've worked on in college. 13 games. I'll try and make 14th one. Like, I don't know how much I should say about that one, because it is not something that I have officially started on yet, and will require a team, so if I cannot convince other people it's a good idea, that one's just not going to happen. But I am planning on something, and I'm planning on working on Speedway for a few more months to polish it, add some features. Okay.
Keep on going.
Finally.
Higher and higher.
Finally.
You should find the end.
Finally up here. There's a coin down here. In the dark. Oop. Okay, and there's 2 routes to this. Let's show both. Why not? Whoop, whoop. Whoop. Long fall on that one, because they're so high up. How am I singing the Indiana Jones theme? I don't know. There we go, and then this one has a bunch of books moving wildly and you have to jump between them or stuff and get on this platform or fall to the end, but you've seen what that is. Let's check out the other one. Let's check out the slide half, if I can get back to it. Got a bunch of stabbing pencils you have to weave between. Don't get stabbed, jump over them. And then you get here, and then we have these platforms, the hanging ones that move, that like become a bit off when you jump on them. And I'll talk about those in a second when we get to the final level. And wall riding was just added as a feature when I made that part. And on to the circus. I like this. This is the fun level. It's a bunch of moving shit is the gimmick of this one. Yeah, and okay, let's not mess up this part that I've probably messed up more than any other part in the game, like just in playtesting. Because like you can speedrun, you can like jump on the books that are coming back. That's not what you're supposed to do, and it's more difficult that way, and you'll probably die, but yay, I made it through that.
Everything in this stage of the dream seems to be spinning wildly. I think I'm going to get sick.
Yeah. Across here to get a coin. Oop. I can just jump that when I think about it. And I can do some speed run skip there. Yay. Should I go for the coin? I'll go for the coin. And then die. In retrospect, very glad we did not have lives in this game. That would be more tedious than anything, although lives are often that in video games. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is this a video game? Are you so addicted to video games that your dreams take the form of this 3D platformer? Don't tell me that you play video games instead of studying.
Okay.
Is that why you're so stressed?
Easy on the fourth wall, narrator, man. Like, don't touch it too hard, or it will shatter. Okay, and yes, what's this? There's a book that moves. Whoa, no, don't get taken back. There's this that we gotta ride. This is the riding section. Oop. Yeah, sometimes the double jump doesn't Recharge. I don't know why. I didn't program this one. Is why I can't answer that. Yeah. And this half, like, oh. This is probably the easy half, see? Just right there, but I'm gonna go check out the other half, the high road half, but that means I need to come back. Oh, there's a coin there. I'm not gonna go for it because why would I subject myself to a pointlessly precise jump? I might not be able to get there. Because, like, screw it. I'll just ignore it. There's a bunch of stuff with spinning and rotating rulers. You can see it. Or you could download and play the game. Like, I've got links in the description. I should just try and finish this game. And then there's the nightmare, the final level. I didn't make this one.
This looks like it's going to be your hardest challenge. Stay calm and keep moving.
Alright, it has these icy blocks. And, like, these boulders from paper. Like, there were some new feature ideas, like, experimented on in this level, which is cool. And I do think maybe that was better than, like, just the floating, the, like, stacked up, built up aesthetic in this. I will praise that. Whoop. Although those rope platforms, they don't reset when you die, is the big problem, so they can actually make parts of the level that utilize them completely unbeatable. Like, they were an element that could have been better balanced. And hey, the wall running that never activates when you want, and whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. This is actually going better than normally does. Can I get through this very easily? That would be cool, because it's like a hard level normally. Yes, thankfully I have
You're almost done. Just keep going.
Oh. Oh. Subtitles aren't working in this level, that's weird. Oh, shit. This hard part. See, they like just keep moving, and you can soft lock this game. Like, those could have been made better. And your suicide, because it's quicker. It's a quicker way to get back up. This game was very ambitious, and I like that, although it was perhaps too ambitious in parts. Like, it's the longest... Yeah, this might be unbeatable now. No, don't... Oh, shit. I am proud about the scale of this game, and just how much content it has. I mean, relative for it being a class project. With a small team that is only working on a few hours a week. Honestly, I may have made too much content for this game. Like, I just kept making levels because that's what I was good at, and I enjoyed it and didn't take time. Is there another route up? No, there isn't. This level is soft locked. Okay. Yeah. there a... Oh. Oh. Right. Uh, the escape button just closes the game. Oops. I was close to the end anyway. That was Dream Jump, gang. Okay, this is Block, misspelled. I made it for a programming class. It's the type of game I would make in the past before I started being a game developer. Well, actually, it's a lot more polished than, say, Bone Trussell. Bone Trussell is the game this is most like. So in case you didn't get the text explaining things, wait. You put the crates, you push them around so they knock the aliens back. See, I've never been an artist. Everything I've ever worked on, either I made the art and it was bad, I used art made by someone else, or this game, where who says you need art to be a game developer? Games don't need art, just have cubes and colors, which, I mean, it works. These are aliens, right? Oh. And I don't have a lot to say about this. It becomes basically impossible after about a minute of playing because the thingamajigs, the aliens, they're always speeding up and... Well, I guess it's... You move as fast as you can tap... Oh. By the way, you can body block these, but it takes damage, and that can give you a game over. If they get to the yellow, that gives you a game over. And this is how I lose. Wait. Yeah, no. Game over. But that's a fun game. It's simple. Pretty sure I got an A on it. I don't know why I'm stalling. Show Tatterdemalion. Okay, welcome to this. This is Tatterdemalion. I made it for the same programming class as Block. I had a couple goals with it. Okay, I'm explaining the backstory of the game. Don't kill me why I'm... Okay, fine, I'll restart. Because you killed me, you dang scarecrow. So the goals of this were teach myself basic animation and AI in Unity. Also make a horror game, because I've never made a horror game. It's not a very scary horror game, I'll admit. It's a very simple game. Get keys, don't get mauled by trio of glowing red scarecrows. And that one's coming for me, isn't it? If they get close, you can scare them away with flashlight, but you have to actually do it before they kill you. Okay. Yeah. Keep walking into things because you're looking out for scarecrows. They're just running around like weirdos. Okay. Honestly, this is one of those games that if I spent like a week more working on it, it could be really polished, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe there will be a release too, like I did with Astronaut Alone. I'm recording this part. Like, I didn't record these all in a row. I'm recording this part of the commentary after I've already done the 2022 release of Astronaut Alone that is better. Like, it's more balanced at least. Like, gives you enough fuel. Go play that. But yeah, just collect the keys and then you can get out. And don't get mauled by the scarecrows. Where's the last key? Alright, you can sprint in this game. I forgot about that. That's a very important mechanic. And it's told to you on the bottom. Yeah, I could have probably made the movement controls a bit better in this. It's a bit awkward. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, this was tech demo for a class. To be honest, while I was working on this, I was making Speedway, and I focused more on that. Like, honestly, I could have probably put in some, like, edgelord story, but who cares? It's a very simple horror game, and just adding better sound and a story wouldn't make it suddenly great. Go on to the Speedwave. Speedway. The beta release of Speedway is actually good. Do that. Okay, here we go. Speedway. This is the most recent thing I've worked on, and I'm still working on for the next couple months. It's only the beta release. This is the December beta release we did for it, and it's missing some features, and it needs a lot of polish, but it is an acceptable game at this point. It's a racing game in hover cars, only one of which is actually drivable, although we have the models for the other three. We just need to add them in and get characters driving them and program multiplayer. We have a lot to do, but we have a very good base to work off of. And I'll just jump right in, starting with the track Speedway. I just noticed those are mislabeled on the tile screen. How'd that happen? So, it's a racing game in a futuristic city, and the character we have right now is an alien that is picking up these engine crystal things to repower ship. And this track, just getting into describing it, it was made as mostly our test track, because it's just a big oval to test out how the visuals working and the mechanics working, and actually grabbing crystals weighs you down a bit, makes you slightly slower, which is part of the crystals give you extra points, though it's a trade-off. You need to go fast, but also need to get crystals, and maybe and on some tracks there are longer routes that have more crystals and short routes that have less, and trying to balance that was part of the idea. But anyway, this track, it was made to test, and also it was the one that I got to play around in Mimuri with the lighting and make it really cyberpunk and shit. A lot of the art assets used in this were created by people outside of our team, which really lightened the load and made this game makeable. We could have our artists focus on the cars and stuff. I was the sort of, I guess, lead guy. The main thing I did was manage the team and build out the tracks and just play test all sorts of odd jobs throughout development, and that's the shortest track. Oh, also, you can notice there's a bit of VO for the racer when he his name's Carcrow, when he finishes track. That's me pitch shifted and doing a Bowser impression, the voice lines. And with this track, it is called Crash Site. It's out in the desert outside the city to just make a track that's very different. The other two, I guess 3 now, tracks are very flat, very rigid right angles. So this one was designed to be not that, just lots of bumps that you get small amounts of height off of. And yes, I know that flag is floating. The flags were added to this very last minute to make the desert just a little bit look better. I have a very long list of just minor tweaks to make this game better. But yeah, this game, it's out in the desert. There's lots of bumps that give you small bounces. There's not really right angles, meant to contrast. It's called Crash Site, or Speedway on the tile screen, because actually you can't see it from this angle. I'll wait till I go around again. Let's finish this first lap. Pretty sure that first track, another thing to fix. That's supposed to be 4 laps. I don't know. We lowered it for testing purposes, but didn't make it back up. Yeah, what I was talking about. You can see the giant crash ship there in a giant crater, and you're driving around it. So that's this track. The other 2 are in the city, and you can kind of see the city in the distance with those buildings over the wall, and I used the lowest poly buildings for, obvious reasons. Yeah. This game, it's not done yet. There's a lot we need to add, but I'm proud of this one. It's just fun. I like driving around in this. Getting good driving controls was hard, but it paid off, and it makes the game fun. And the design various tracks, I like the tracks I made. I like my dumb haha Cockroach #1. Yeah, that's bad in my throat. Yeah. And this one has 3 laps, I believe, so got a bit over a lap left as we just go through this desert. Yeah. And we're hoping to get the final build of this game, which will be much better. We're hoping to get that out in May. And that'll be a lot of work, but I think it'll pay off. This is a pretty good game. Oh, and you got a little speedometer in the bottom right corner. That could be bigger, admittedly, to make it more obvious. We're not going 600 miles an hour. The numbers are inflated to make you look like you're going faster than you actually are. Yeah. Okay, going through this rocket desert. Now finish this last lap and then go on to the long track. Like the long one. Downtown. Actually, something to talk about. This is probably the oldest game idea between when I got it and when I made it. Like, there was an assignment I had freshman year of college, like, creating a pitch document, like an elevator pitch. And I pitched this game. I mean, it was with pirates, not space pirates, but I originally pitched it, and then in my senior year, I'm like, hey, that was a good idea. I'm gonna recycle that, like a racing game where there are coins and different routes. That's good. Let's go downtown. The longest track. Fortunately, it's only 2 laps. Okay, this one is going through the city between all these big buildings. Okay, and you can like hop a curb here. There's a light post. Do. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll do the shortcuts and stuff in my second lap. Bumping music. Music was at very last minute, so I don't actually have that memorized. Oop, don't crash into a wall and get flipped around. That's not something you want to do. Got little arrows pointing us along. Do. And then we've got this underground tunnel. I need to decorate it more to make it less bland. But like curves under that early part of the track, it makes it whole thing kind of a figure 8. I'm gonna go intended route, and like obviously there's a shortcut there, but I'm ignoring it for now. Yeah, just going downtown around all these big old buildings. I've said most of what I can say on this game. Ooh. Don't crash into wall, shark. Don't do that. Yeah, just got these safe blocks filled with these skyscrapers. Got a parking lot here, and wait. That's wrong. Those should be bigger. I need to fix that. I have a lot of minor things I need to fix. There should be a building here. We were very late on getting them all and didn't get a chance to implement before we had to turn this in. Like, I can see the parts that need to be improved. This park is something that needs to be improved. But, I don't know. Game development is hard, and right. There aren't colliders on the finish lines, which is unrealistic, but like they're in the middle of the track and you don't want to crash into them. Maybe I'll add colliders for the final build. I don't know. This was a fun project to work on. I enjoyed it. I like what we made here. And I'm gonna use the shortcut here where you can go around this building and save time. Leak secrets from the developer. Boom. got half a lap left, and then we can go that track. Oh god. I have thoughts on that track. But yeah. I will admit, this is a game that was designed for multiplayer that does not have multiplayer yet, which, it is what it is. We're hoping to get that implemented in the May build, and that will be a big part of the game and make it a lot better. If we can make it work, I don't know. I have a good team on this project. They did good work. Yeah, skirting around building, zoom. Okay, and just go, oh right. There's the closed road there, and you have to skirt right and go down this one with all the flags, and then hop a curb through a park to get to the finish line. Okay. And then I'm obligated to show it because it's in the track, although I'm going to show what this track is, and then I'm going to explain what it is. Hyper Speedway. Okay, so right before this was released, our sound person was like, hey, what if we made a track that was like really, really fast? And I'm like, oh, that's cool, but we don't have time for that. And then, without telling me, made this and add to the game overnight, and I mean, it's so dumb and fun. I like it, but ooh man, if this was an actual it's too fast. I like the idea of the hellish red lighting, like, and just track but fast, but maybe fix before May build. Yeah, this one's a bit much. Oh, and it didn't count. I skipped over the, like, checkpoint system. There's a checkpoint system to keep you from just backing up and going through the finish line a lot. But I ultra shortcutted it. I discovered how to ultra shortcut in this game because just so game development's fun. It's fun sometimes. Yeah. So I'm gonna first track over. So this is what I have worked on over the past 3.5 years in college. Just various games, and oh boy, they were bad at the start, and they've slowly gotten a bit better. I'm really proud of Astronaut Alone. I'm very proud of Speedway. I appreciate a lot of the work I did on Dream Jump, and Block is actually kind of fun. Like, I don't know, I'm still learning. I'm still growing in my craft, trying to become good at this very hard thing that is game design, and I hope you enjoyed me going back and mocking my old work for being bad, and also myself for being very bad at games that I made. Like, what? Why am I so bad at my own games? I don't know. That's gonna be the end to this. Maybe I'll do an update in the spring and like show the updated beta of the final release for Speedway than possibly that other game if I do get a chance to make it. I don't know. But for now, this is the end of this. Psych! I said that was going to be the last game I played, but between recording that and recording this, I made another game. In like 24 hours. I made this game in 24 hours. It's a meme game called Yo Mr. White. Okay, so why this game exists is I was playing around with the Pixel Crusher's dialogue system for Unity. It's a plugin that I'm planning to use on a future project. And I decided best way to learn this is to make a game with it. So I made this game. Do you know those memes? They're like fake Breaking Bad conversations like, Yo, Mr. White, what's 2 plus 2, bitch? It's 4, Jesse. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Like, just that, which isn't even how they talk in Breaking Bad. Yeah, I made that into a game. And let's press the start button, which is Hatsune Miku. Yo, Mr. White, there's a body here. I can see that, Jesse. There is a body here because someone is dead. Yo, he's a skeleton. That's because he's Sans, Jesse, from the hit 2015 indie game Undertale, and he is dead now. Yo, what should we do, Mr. White? Click on witnesses and parts of the crime scene, Jesse. That is how video games work, Jesse. So let's click on parts of the crime scene. Let's start with the body. Yo, he's dead. He died from blood loss after being stabbed, Jesse. I thought he was a skeleton. Yes, but he bleeds to death after you fight him in genocide mode, Jesse. This is because he is actually Ness, the main character from the cult classic 1995 RPG Earthbound, developed by HAL Laboratory. Yes, and Ape Inc. for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Jesse. Whoa. Well, which witness should we go to first, Mr. Krabs or President Rutherford B. Hayes? Let's go, Mr. Krabs. Yo, did you witness the murder? SpongeBob, me boy. Do you know anything about the murder? What murder? The murderer of Sans from Undertale. Oh no, he was my best customer. You see anything? I was too distracted by me money to see anything. He seems suspicious, Jesse. If we can't find something that links him to the murder, we can probably prove he's guilty. Oh god, this is gonna destroy my throat. Horn, let's talk on the mystical floating endgame horn of Jesse. That's not what its name is. This is the mystical floating horn of endgame, Jesse. Click on it when you've investigated anything. Wait, what? Come back when you've checked everything, Jesse. That typo is intentional and not because I made this in, again, 24 hours. This is my car that we drove here in, Jesse. Yo, what's this on the hood, Mr. White? That is my Hatsune Miku. That is my Hatsune Miku Funko Pop, Jesse. It is my most prized possession. Hey, there's a knife thing getting out of this trash can. This is a trash can, Jesse. Whoa! And I found a bloody knife inside the trash can, Jesse. Whoa! There are 2 M's carved into the handle for some reason, Jesse. Also, there are fingerprints on the knife, but they don't belong to President Rutherford B. Hayes, Jesse. Yo, whose fingerprints are they? I don't know, Jesse. I only know what the fingerprints of American presidents look like. Bummer. Let's talk to Hayes. Hello, I am President Rutherford B. Hayes. Yo, it's President Rutherford B. Hayes. I have a beard. Don't get distracted by his fame, Jesse. We have questions to ask him. Who are you? I am President Rutherford B. Hayes. Whoa. I was the president once. I think I fought in the Civil War, maybe? The guy who wrote this didn't actually do any research on who I am. Yo, that's lazy. It is, but 24 hours. I sure hope I didn't commit genocide or anything, because that would make this whole gag really awkward. Yeah, I hope so. Don't get distracted by his fame, Jesse. We have questions to ask him. Why are you here? I was busy. I was busy playing fetch with my dear dog Patricia when I found the body. Yo, you found the body? Was anyone else around? That strange red man with the claws was standing in the corner and counting his money. Maybe he did it? Okay, we've talked to Hayes, talked to Krabs. Let's check out this gun that's just lying here. Oh, that's related. This is a gun, Jesse. Spoilers for Breaking Bad. You used one of these to kill Gail Bedecker and force Gus to spare us to protect his meth business that was vital to his elaborate scheme to get revenge on Hector Salamanca and the Juarez cartel. Unfortunately, this led to Gus ordering Mike to befriend you so you betray me and Gus could get rid of reckless, arrogant minion that is me. Then I poisoned a child to manipulating you into killing Gus, Jesse. Yo, Mr. White, I'm glad we got out of the drug business and became detectives. Yes, that was for the best, Jesse. Do you think this gun is relevant to the case, Mr. White? Using my special detective vision I gained from chemotherapy, I can see this gun as President Rutherford B. Hayes' fingerprints on it, Jesse. Yeah, that probably means he's the murdersman. We should talk to President Rutherford B. Hayes about this. Taking a sip of my water. Yes, and now you have a new question. Is this your gun? You found Patricia! Yo, this is a gun! Back during the Civil War, all of the dogs were guns, Jesse. You would know that if you applied yourself during school, Jesse. Don't get distracted by his fame, Jesse. We have questions to ask him, Jesse. God, this is devolving into the Hey Jeffrey bit from Mabim Bam. Yo, this receipt says that Mr. Krabs sold a Funko Pop to Sans Undertale for $23 5 minutes before the murder. That's a lot of money, Jesse. There are people who would kill over that much money. Do you think Mr. Krabs killed Sans to get the expensive Funko Pop back? I think it's a possibility, Jesse. We should talk to Mr. Krabs about this. I could get my money. Yo, did you... Okay, we've already been through this. About this receipt. I recognize this, Arg. This is the receipt I gave Sans when I sold him the Funko Pop. This proves he did it, Jesse. Arrest him, Jesse. That doesn't really prove anything, Mr. White. Shut up, Jesse, you stupid idiot. I hate you. Okay, and we've checked everything. Let's go on to the endgame. We need to arrest someone now, Jesse. How do I know who to arrest, Mr. White? Just think about all the clues and work it out one piece at a time, Jesse. First off, what was the murder weapon? The gun! He died of a stab wound, Jesse. Don't be an idiot, Jesse. First off, what was the murder weapon? The car! I didn't hit him with my car, Jesse. Vehicular homicide is my least favorite hobby, Jesse. First off, what was the murder weapon? It was the knife. Duh. That's correct, Jesse. Now, whose fingerprints did we find at the scene of the crime? We found Krabs'. Duh. That doesn't make any sense, Jesse. He's a crab. He doesn't have any fingerprints. Or fingers. Don't be a dumbass, Jesse. Now, whose fingerprints did we find at the scene of the crime? Todd's. Jesse, that is literally the first time anyone has mentioned Todd, Jesse. Also, I'm pretty sure we never met him in this AU. No, the fingerprints that we found on the gun were Hayes's. That's right, Jesse. We found his fingerprints on the gun. Now, by putting these two facts together, we can conclude that President Rutherford B. Hayes stabbed Sans from Undertale. Yeah, this isn't a good murder mystery. It's kinda dumb. And also, well, I'll explain the killer's motives being dumb in a second. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense, Mr. White. Why not? Why couldn't Hayes have stabbed Jesse? Well, clearly, because he was the 19th president of the United States. Excuse me. This is killing my throat. Congratulations on knowing about history, Jesse, but that doesn't prove his innocence. Why not? Why couldn't that? Sans wasn't killed with a knife, obviously. That's wrong, Jesse. He stabbed from a stab wound. So Walsh just is descending into gibberish as I get tired. Alright, I forgot about that, Jesse. That means Mr. Krabs must have killed him, Jesse. He stabbed Sans with the knife, Jesse. Yo, that's not right either. Of course it's right, Jesse. Why wouldn't it be right? Sans was stabbed and the fingerprints don't match those of President Rutherford B. Hayes, which means they must belong to Mr. Krabs. There's a problem with your logic, Mr. White. What's wrong with my logic? The prints belong to Hayes. I know a president's fingerprints when I see them, Jesse. Those weren't Hayes' fingerprints on the knife, Jesse. What's wrong with my logic, Jesse? Sans isn't dead, duh. I leveled up to level 20 when I killed him, which means he's dead, Jesse. Wait, what? Forget I said anything, Jesse. No, the problem with Mr. Krabs having used the knife to stab Sans is that crabs don't have fingerprints. So how do you leave fingerprints on the knife? He didn't use the Oh, I skipped a line. I just went through it. I'm pretty sure it's something like, what? Then how do you use the knife, Jesse? He didn't use the knife, Mr. White. Mr. Krabs is innocent. Both of them are. That doesn't make any sense, Jesse. There are only 2 witnesses in this game. No, there's a third, and he's the murdersman. And his name is Hatsune Miku. Fuck, I should have made Hatsune Miku be the killer. That would have been better. What? Who is the mystery killer, Jesse? Not Hatsune Miku, it's Gus Fring. But Gus is dead, Jesse. We blew him up. Oh right, I forgot. Okay, who's the mystery killer? Victor Callahan. Who the fuck is Victor Callahan, Jesse? He's an assassin who fought in the 14th Triennial Golden Valhalla tournament, Mr. White. I hate you, Jesse. No, the real killer is Mr. White. What are you saying, Jesse? Do you think I did this? You killed Sans so you could steal his expensive Funko Pop. Don't make me laugh, Jesse. You can't prove I had anything to do with the murder. I can prove it, Mr. White. There's one piece of evidence that proves you killed him. What's this evidence, Jesse? Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. That's a good book, Jesse. I keep a copy in my toilet room. But that doesn't prove anything. What is this evidence, Jesse? Receipt by the body. What does that prove, Jesse? That he bought a Funko Pop? Don't make me laugh, Jesse. No, the smoking gun's the initials on the knife. The initials on the knife are MM, Jesse. Do you think Marilyn Monroe killed him? Or perhaps Marshall Mathers? No, those M's mean something different. They stand for Walter White. The knife is upside down. Also, you just threw the knife with your name on it and your fingerprints into the trash can 5 feet away from the body, and also you became the detective and told us this? Oh no, you have proven that is my knife, Jesse. I am so shocked I will now confess to everything, like any good murder mystery game killer. I am obsessed with extremely expensive Funko Pops, Jesse, so much that I began making crystal meth to fund my hobby. I thought we were making meth because you had cancer. That was a lie, Jesse. I never had cancer. I just want the Funko Pops. I love their dead black eyes, Jesse. And I killed Sans Undertale to get one. That's messed up, Mr. White. Well, I'm gonna go bleed out from this gunshot wound, Jesse. Have fun in Alaska. Wait, what? What an interesting end to the case, Mr. Pinkman. President Rutherford B. Hayes? Yes, it is he. I'm here to tell you that the writer actually looked me up. I did. Yo, were you a good president? I was an adamant abolitionist who fought in the American Civil War and received acclaim for his bravery. After being elected... God, my throat is shot. After being elected, I fought to end political corruption and stop the Chinese Exclusion Act, something that almost got me impeached. That sounds really cool, President Rutherford B. Hayes. Also, I failed to stop the end of Reconstruction, which led to decades of systemic racism in the American South. Oh, the point, Mr. Pinkman, is that you should never put people on a pedestal, whether they be a president with a cool beard or your murderous high school chemistry teacher. At the end, I didn't proofread. I made this in so few hours. Honestly, a total of 8 I actually worked on this. At the end of the day, people are not fully good or bad, they're just people. Yo, I think that's what Breaking Bad is about. Yeah, not really. Personally, I am more of a Better Call Saul fan. Regardless, I have to go find my gun. She seems to have run away again. Bye, President Rutherford B. Hayes. I'm also here, my. So that's the game. That's Yo, Mr. White. It's a game I made. 4 years of college for this.